Hello again everyone, it's me Johnny. I want to thank you for checking out my channel, and today I want to talk to you about gifts. All of us love to receive a gift. All of us love to feel appreciated. We love to receive a gift, whether it's for our birthdays, Christmas, Father's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, baptisms, communions, whatever the case may be. We all love to receive a gift. We all love to feel appreciated. One day I was meditating and this thought came up. How many of us love to receive gifts? And I was like, wow, that is so true. We love to feel appreciated. Then I had this other thought. How many of us go through life with never opening up the gift that's within us, or the giftings that's been bestowed upon us? How many of us go through life never opening them? And I had to sit there and think to myself like, wow, I never looked at it like that. In other words, how many people go through life never living up to their full potential, never really going after it, never really digging into themselves to find out their full potential, relying on somebody else to do it, or approaching life as a tumbleweed, where you're just blown by the wind, or whatever comes your way, that's the way you're going to go, or being trapped in fear, never really examining oneself. My life was totally transformed when I got diagnosed with cancer. And not only was it a wake-up call for me, but I was saying to myself, man, there's so many other things I want to do. And I had to learn to heal from cancer. Not only what I ate affected my temple, but also what I thought about. In other words, what was a song that I continued to play over and over and over in my head? You know, that endless song over and over and over and over. Never really tapping into myself or the true potential that I really have inside me. You know, and through my cancer journey, I learned about me. I learned that it was an inward journey, not an outward journey. What was going on inside of my body affected everything about me. You know, whether I was living or doing what I really wanted to do in life. You know, I had to check all my relationships, how I spent my time, whether it was just sitting in front of a TV, you know, they call it the idiot box. You know, you can spend the whole afternoon there doing what? Watching something, when you can, in my case, spend my time doing other things. You know, so when I got diagnosed with cancer, it totally transformed my life, and I continue the transformation. You know, even with relationships, who I hang out with or who I let get around me. You know, if there's negative vibes, I don't want to be around those people. If those people constantly complaining, you know, and whiners, I'm not around those people. I avoid them like the plague. You know, because I'm trying to heal from the inside out, and I continue to heal. You know, my latest blood work came back cool. A lot of things have changed, and you can watch it grow. And the more my blood work changes, the more confident you become. And what you're doing is working. It's not like I drink one green juice a day and that's it. No, there's a myriad of things that I had to do, and I had to change my lifestyle, totally transform my life, you know, to what makes me happy. Okay? You have to be selfish to an extent. But if that's what you got to do to live, then that's what you got to do. You know, because the hardest person you're going to have to deal with in life is you. The hardest person you got to deal with is the person that you look at in the mirror. And you have to be honest with yourself. Do I really love my life? You know, do I really love what I'm doing? Do I love where I'm at? Am I satisfied? You know, you got to be selfish. And that's, to an extent, that's what I learned. And it's called, I had to learn for myself what's the love walk. I've heard about that before, but to walk it, really being in love with yourself. You know, before, you know, I used to eat a lot of fast foods, which wore down my body. Wasn't eating right foods, wasn't sleeping right, wasn't drinking enough water. All these other things contributed to my body being, toxic. Not only that, my thoughts were toxic of how I viewed myself. And I had to learn to transform it. I had to learn to open up the giftings within myself. What are the things that I really like to do? You know, how did I get to this point so far away in life from what I really love to do? I wasn't exercising. I used to love to exercise. I used to love to ride my bike. I used to love to go for long walks on the beach by myself. I got away from all that. I used to love to write music. Got away from all that. Since I've been diagnosed with cancer, it's just transformed my life, you know. And I'm getting to know me and the full potential of me, of what I can do. Can't control certain things. The ones that I can, I stay away from. But I've come to learn and love myself. And it sounds weird to say that, but you have to. I mean, before I wouldn't have two thoughts about putting a bunch of bacon or with butter and bread and all these other things and call it a sandwich and suck it down with a big cup of coffee, you know, with a load of sugar and some milk, you know. Now I know that all that would make me acidic. Versus today, I might take my juicer out and have a juice with cucumbers and a little bit of lemon and maybe a little Granny Smith apple and suck that down, because I know that'll make my body alkaline. And there's a difference when you learn to start understanding the difference between acidic and alkaline. You know, that for me was a big accomplishment on as far as the food journey. But even more so, the good book says take every thought captive. And I never even looked at it like that before. Is what was my thought life like? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And you can have negative thoughts where it suppresses your immune system, and you can eat a bunch of junk food which also suppresses your immune system, you know. And a cancer patient doesn't want that. A cancer patient wants, you want to be free, you want to unload all the toxicity. The way you detox your body, whether it's through coffee enemas or colonics or a good sweat infrared sauna, whatever you're doing to do it, it's on you. Because I believe all of us, the Bible, good book says that we're fearfully and wonderfully made, meaning that there's only one of a kind. There's no one else like you, you know. No one else has lived, you know, in the past generations just like you, and nobody in the future will be just like you. Like you have an individual thumbprint or fingerprint, that's the same way with your life. You're an individual, you're special, you're one of a kind. There's no one else just like you, and no one else can do what you can do. And that's the way I believe, you know, that we're fearfully and wonderfully made. And I believe that we were born with a purpose. And what I had to learn back about me is to go within myself, continue to unfold things that were in my heart. Bitterness, had to let it go. Had to learn how to forgive people and just move on. And when you forgive and move on, it's like a load, taking a load off, you know. How to spend time and meditate, because we're all wired to meditate. It's either you're going to meditate on the negative, okay, and you're going to cause inflammation in your body. Or for me, like my faith is based on the good book, the Bible, and the promises. I've learned, and there's a quote that I've learned that says, take the promise from the good work to the problem. Take the promise to the problem, because you have a choice, you know, and it'll always come up in your mind how you meditate, because your mind is like, it's like a movie screen, you know. You have images and pictures that continually come up, and the Bible says take every thought captive. And that's the point I'm at, where I'm at in my walk through this cancer journey, while I'm a couple months away from my next PET scan, and my latest blood work came back. You know, I was shocked at some of it because it continues to improve, you know, and I'm like blown away by it, because I'm learning about the science of food, you know. And it's so funny the way I'm being led is that, you know, I continue to meet people that are very successful. I mean, no matter where I'm at, and I'm gonna end with this. I gave a lecture. Somebody heard me speak, and this individual invited me out to lunch afterwards, that they wanted to sit down and talk to me. and whenever I would have some time, just to let them know. And I kind of like not blew it off, but and I'm not like that. It's just like I had other things I wanted to do, and our schedules coming together was gonna constantly conflicting of when we can meet. So finally, I just said I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to hear what this guy has to tell me. So we set it up, went out to lunch, and during the course of lunch, we came to know each other a little bit more, and we met again. You know, we were hanging out and with his family, and then we met a few more times. We would just hang out together, and I learned that this individual was very successful, and I realized something about myself, that our conversations were totally different. The conversation that he was having with me was one of success, okay, about what he did, and he has his own companies. He's very, very successful. And the stuff that was coming out of my mouth was total frustration, bitterness, anger, just ticked off at everything. I was just to hear myself talk. And it took like after the second meeting that, you know, he told me I had a gift to teach, you know, because I was teaching on the Bible. And he had came and he heard me on health and nutrition, biblical health and nutrition. I mix them both up. And he really enjoyed what I was sharing. And when we had that conversation, I realized, listening to him, that we were two totally different people, the way we thought. And I was saying to myself, I got to change my stinking thinking. And I believe this person came into my life, whether it's for a season or how long. I believe the Lord just used him in that way, that he revealed that to me, the stuff that's coming out of my mouth. You know, and the good book says, take every thought captive. How do you view yourself? Do you view yourself as a winner or a loser? You know? Or not really a loser, it's just not, you're not on the playing field yet. You're in the game, but you're afraid to step out onto the field. You know, like an analogy like football. You know, you're sitting on the bench, you're in the stadium, but you don't know how to get into the game. You're afraid to get into the game. You know, and these are the things that I had to learn, is to step on the field and just trust, walk in faith. You know, not like, for me, not blind faith, but like a reality and a gut check, that I believe that God leads my steps. And having faith, even though when I believe that he's not there, he's always there, because his good book says, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. And I just want to end here, and I just want to thank you guys for checking out my channel. Thank you for my support. And I'm going to be going on a 90-day raw, I'm going to try raw foods diet before my PET scan. And I'll keep you posted about that. And thank you so much for your emails. God bless, and take care.